let's get the formalities out of the way. We saw the club announce today that Carly's unfortunately not going to be able to play. Aside from her, who else is available? Anybody carrying any problems for you? Any concerns?
Look, unfortunately, Shelby will also be out for this weekend, so we've had to take her out for the weekend. So she's bitterly disappointed, as any football would be, regardless of age. But look, everyone else is fine. So we've trained normally. So she was the only other news that we got, that she won't be able to take part this weekend. And we wish her, as well as along with Carly and everyone else, a speedy recovery. And but everyone else, it's just preparation as normal and get ready for Saturday.
You say preparation is normal, but it's a grand final week. It's not normal. Just, I guess, how have you gone about approaching this week, trying to make it as normal as possible from the sounds of things?
If you ask Scotty, it's probably been as normal as every other week. So, again, we reviewed the last game. We previewed Sydney FC. We've gone through tactically how we're going to apply ourselves on Saturday. So, fairly normal week, to be honest. The only difference is probably we've got one less training session because of the shorter turnaround, but I think we're fully prepared, really looking forward to it, and we can't wait for Saturday to come around.
Both named in the team of the year today. Must be a nice little honour.
Scotty, do you want to answer first?
How good. It's been an amazing season for us at City, and Dario has led us so well, so super proud of him, and it's great to be in it myself.
What would another championship mean to you, Rebekah?
It would be so cool to come back home to Melbourne City and to be able to win the championship along with the premiership would be so special to me, and this group of girls really deserve it. We've worked hard all season, so it'd be incredible.
Could you explain to me how special City is to you?
Yeah, I was here for the first year of City, and I've been here for so long. It's just an amazing club. The facilities we get, the care we get from the club, it's just second to none. So it's home to me.
Scotty, you were in that 2020 team that beat Sydney in the grand final, but aside from that, this City team looks a lot different than the one back then. What's your own view of how this club has metamorphosised and evolved between 2020 to 2024?
Yeah, I think the whole league's had to kind of shift with a lot of the players going overseas, but the amount of talent we have in our squad is just incredible, and to see these young players playing the way we do, it's so cool to see, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Dario, it feels like this year there's been a lot of chaos, there's been a lot of injuries, there's been a lot of changes, but both Sydney and City, you've weathered it better than everybody. Sydney, you've lost players to injury, internationals, you've lost junior internationals, injuries, players transferring, but you're both still here. How have you at City been able to do it?
Look, we still continue to play our way. So we just had to adapt a few little things and maybe a few players changing their roles slightly. But we still carried on normally as we would. Took us maybe a little bit of time because we had to change so many things, and then this one here would take off with the national team out the window. So that didn't make it easier. But I think we still, even in that tough patch we went through, we still just, the ball wouldn't go in. It seemed like we would create lots of big chances, just couldn't put them away, and then we'd concede one or two and be punished. So I think throughout the season, every team sort of ebbed and flowed, but I think overall us and Sydney have been the two that have managed it the best, and now we meet on the final day.
Do you think that now that we've got the full home and away season, 22 weeks, you talked about the ebbs and flows, does that long season now mean that the cream has risen to the top, an ebb or a flow at the wrong time doesn't derail you anymore, and we're seeing the two best programs in the grand final as a result?
I think so, yeah. Like going off previous seasons, it was always, you could argue some would get a bit more of a favourable draw than others because you wouldn't play everyone home and away. You'd probably get sometimes the previous year, the top four, you wouldn't play someone at the bottom. So now is the first time where, it was the same. Injuries are just a part of it. I think people forget we lost Holly in round 5, which was probably, for me, best player in the competition, or one of, arguably. Could make that argument, maybe with this one next to me as well. And throughout that, losing her, Wilkie, other injuries, then 2 of our players get sold in the middle, which was fantastic for the women's game, that we could break the record twice and see girls achieve their dreams as well to play overseas. But overall, it gives you that chance to where it's not just a short season where 3-4 games could make the difference. So here you can tweak things, find solutions to problems that arise, and at the end, I think now we're in a good place and we're really confident for Saturday.
This season we've had more fans in the A-League women than any other women's sports season in Australia. We're tracking it really well for the grand final, for maybe Melbourne City's biggest crowd, maybe even the biggest grand final crowd. Can you take us through, from a player's perspective, what it means to play in front of so many people?
Yeah, it's huge. To see the stadiums full is a dream come true. That's why we play, to impress the fans. So to get a massive fan base here and to hopefully break the record for a grand final would be incredible. So we just hope everyone can come out on Saturday and really get behind us.
And what would you like to, what kind of show would you like to put on, or promise at least, the people that might be thinking about buying tickets?
We will play the way we've been playing the whole season, play some beautiful football and hopefully score some goals and make it a very entertaining evening.
So for those who haven't come to an A-League women game before, what's it like, down there on, what will it be like there down there Saturday?
It'll be aggressive. There'll be lots of tackles flying in, I'm sure. It's a grand final. Bodies on the line, but we hope to control the game, so hopefully see a very nice style of football, and they can come up and meet us as well. So it's good for all the young kids to come and see us play.
Scotty, Dario, whoever feels best to answer this, or maybe both of you. Like this season, a lot's been made obviously it's the post-Women's World Cup, the Matildas effect, but now this is the grand final, and after that you only get one post-World Cup season, and we've got to sell the league on other things. How do you think we're going about building a club culture in the A-League women, where we're not just getting fans of the Matildas coming to games or certain players, people are coming to see Melbourne City. You're now based in the southeast, you're playing your games out there. How do you think we're going on that front?
You can go.
Okay. Look, I think the last few weeks is the telling sign. I think it's been a while now since the World Cup, and it's great to have people come out and watch these ladies play, and they can play football. And we saw record crowds throughout the finals. We were involved in two good crowds that we had, and also in Maitland, where it was a phenomenal turnout, 7,000, and you get that finals feel. So throughout the season we've seen some big crowds, and we just hope that continues to build and build. And I think last week that they mentioned that it's the highest supported women's sport in Australia. So it seems to be going in the right direction, and I think probably that World Cup effect that'll probably be felt in maybe 10 to 15 years for the young ones that got that World Cup fever, that went to the stadiums, that that love these girls, that idolise them, that look to them. So we hope that we have that sort of immediate effect, and we have that longer term effect. So it's been positive. It's all tracking really nicely, and it seems like it's going to be a record breaking crowd for the grand final. So I think that's all quite positive, if you ask me.
You study. Do you think you're meeting more Melbourne City fans as opposed to just A-League women's fans or women's football fans?
Yeah, 100%. Especially having the games out at KC, we get to really connect with the people out there, and the active supporters. It's really cool to have them coming with their drums to the games. So it's really cool to connect to that community as well.
Level for you, Scotty. I know I've asked you about this a million times before, but now it's grand final week. What would winning a championship mean for you after everything that you've personally had to overcome?
Yeah, I think for me, getting back to this level has been so hard, but so special. So to win a grand final, I think would make it even more special, and it would just be everything.